Transportation Commission meeting, recorded March 10, 2025.
So it's 5 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is the roll call. Remember that, Talin?
Right. Carolyn Peterson.
Here.
Alder Burr.
Here.
Alder Schuda. Alder Schuda.
Yep, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Recording in progress.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
I'm Tom Bertram. Present. Neil Prendergast.
Hi.
Here. Heidi, what was it? H2, sorry, Heidi Over.
I'm here.
Yes, and Nicole Lisney.
I'm here. All right, so it takes us to approval of the January 13, 2025 minutes.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Second. A motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Those opposed. All right, motion passes. All right, so that takes us to approval of the January and the February 2025 financial claims report. Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second.
And a second. Any questions?
Were there any charges that were just kind of unexpected?
Actually looking over these last couple months, and it's often this way in January, February, March, really nothing out of the ordinary. Generally, those are at the end of the year.
Did you run on a calendar year budget or?
We do.
Okay.
Okay, not hearing any more questions. We'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, all those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, so approval of spending $10,000 for new camera equipment. You want to talk about that?
Yes, so if some of you might remember us spending money on doing cameras around our facility and in some key areas. Well, that was mostly around the facility, but with that, we partnered with police department to be a part of their camera system. And right now what we're looking at doing is adding a camera at our transfer center and then one as well at our late night transfer center, which is water and main. So that is what most of the cost is here, which would go, it would A, help PD by adding more cameras, but B, give us that ability to video for incidents or just with the safety and security of our drivers being able to check in the night when we're running late night. Also included in that is an upgrade to the server. I put $10,000 here as a general mark, but we would split the upgrade to the server part equally based on the amount of cameras that we have between departments. So utilities is involved in that with cameras around their wells and their facilities, as well as PD with cameras around downtown and some different areas in town. So it shouldn't quite be $10,000. That's kind of that high mark for that. But what we're looking at is camera at our late night, main stop, and then a camera at our transfer station.
So we already have a camera at the transfer station?
We do have, those were some of the first ones that went in.
Okay.
So,
So we need a
it would be an,
replacement?
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much updated replacement. And then the water and main would require, the wiring and, that stuff to, put in. Luckily, a lot of that's there for the one at our transfer spot.
So you're looking for up to $10,000?
Up to 10,000.
Does it need to be bid out if it's a certain level?
It does, there's some other requirements with going out for bid, it being, facility construction, there's some other things, but, we didn't have to get this bid out last time, and I know we did check on that, but I do have to come for spending approval, if it's a out of the normal purchase over 5,000.
And what, it's coming, you may have said this, where is it coming from, your budget?
Where is it coming from
In your budget?
in our budget? It would, be under our custodial facility maintenance, item fund. So,
We kind of already had plans for it? Or-
no, not necessarily. No, this wasn't a thing in the works, but, that budget is set up for, like wear and tear on our shelters and things like that. So it's hard to know if we're gonna have glass panels broken out or things like that. And that line item usually sits around 20,000 for the year, and we've been way under. We've met it, historically. So it is a rather large item, but, I will be okay.
I would move approval if there are no questions.
I'll second. Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion?
Is there a timeline, like ASAP or whenever?
Yeah, I don't have a specific timeline. For the ones around this facility, I think it took about 3 months for install, so I'm not sure where Livewire is the company that we work through. I don't know where they are with installation, and then there's working with IT to get the server stuff set up and that type of thing. So it's not something that's going to be done the next few weeks. But yeah, I would guess 3 to 4 months.
Any more questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll take the motion to vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, all those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, that takes us to an update on the transportation system and the department from town.
So, yeah, I mean, just some general stuff. The bus purchases that we've been working on, the buses are ordered. We're looking at 12 to 16 months on the new buses. So that's a little further out than the time frame used to be. It used to be 8 months to 10, but because with 3 buses, we're a relatively small bus order, we might jump some larger bus orders in their factory line. Those are all made in America over in California. So kind of that's where we are on the bus order. They're all bus. Staffing, we're staying consistent on staffing, haven't had any turnover. We did have one non-CDL driver announce or let us know that they're looking to retire this summer. And we may look at doing some things to restructuring our on-demand shifts, moving to maybe more like 4 10-hour days, just some different things to make sure we're being efficient with the hours. So I'm not sure if we're looking at replacing that position yet or replacing it when he does retire. I've also been working through some funding things with our county-city merger. We were eligible for 5310 funding. The majority of our funding comes through 5311, and that 5310 funding is becoming less and less available. So we've been working on moving some things over to 5311 since it is well funded, like our mobility management program and just some other eligible expenses, which is good in some areas because we were getting a little less than a 50-50 match, where we'll be getting a 50-50 match, and then some more of those capital areas where it was 80-20, we're not getting that anymore, but it wasn't being funded fully at 80-20 anyway. It will come back a lot less than that. So kind of working through some of those things that might have an effect on our volunteer program, but our volunteer program is at an all-time low with volunteers right now. But we've been able to subsidize that with our bus program pretty well throughout the county. So that all involves the county-city merger in our agreement with them. Another kind of update just to throw out for you guys is when the county and the city merge services, and Carolyn is probably a little more familiar with this because she sits on the county committee as well. There was a lot of things that the county was able to do with their funding, a lot of incidental uses that we can't do because we're submitting the funding through public transportation funding now, so they have to be direct related. So we're kind of working with their different programs and working with some different things to get through some of that stuff. So before COVID, there was a lot of meal delivery. Now we can't use those funds to do. So they kind of have some decisions to make there. But as far as the transportation, from a transportation aspect, we're well funded, and a lot of that stuff was was really impacted by COVID with the membership that was using it. So those are some of the things that I'm working on right now, as well as the downtown transfer center. So we were just working on looking at some different ideas for the downtown master plan with where our transfer center will sit in that. Right now we're looking at that northwest corner, Scotco. There's kind of a corner lot there. So it will be like a block north of where our transfer center currently is. Just, I don't know, kind of neat looking at that stuff in downtown developed over the years.
So you said 3 buses are on the way. Remind me again, are they electrical or are they, because we have a few that are some type of powered way, some that are the other?
Yeah, so we have 3 that are hybrid right now.
Yes.
These are clean running diesel. So they'll be more like our other buses. But at this point, our other buses, well, especially with the age of our hybrids in that, these will get a lot better mileage than them. And then just the cost of operating our buses, since we operate them from 10 to 14 years, we're definitely seeing that those high costs with our hybrids. We've replaced an engine.
How long are they?
They are 12 years. 13 actually. They're 2011s, but they came in 2012, so they are.
That's 5 years old.
So the 3 new ones are going to be replacing hybrids, or like?
They are
Okay.
replacing hybrids.
The hybrids are put on pasture?
The hybrids are still, they're still running.
They're in 12 to 16 months.
Yep, so they'll get sold at auction.
Oh, actually, 5. They run their office, so it's actually
Yeah.
good money.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know how much they would look at the hybrids. Generally, the diesels I convert into campers or, different. I saw one turned into a swimming pool.
Well,
That
that's
is
kind
great.
of good. Can drive around.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Rent a pool. You can just park it outside your house here.
Yeah.
Just having a birthday party.
Another question. Mobility management, how is that going?
Good, good. So there was a little bit of a lull with like my travel training and things, just with our changes. So, since January, I think I've had about 17 people that I've travel trained. And then just, I have some presentations coming up. There's been the ADRC got a grant for the
Rural
community
community
connection.
has
Yeah, so they had different, events. One was in Plover, Rochelle, Amherst, Junction City, and Almond. So we were at all of those just to promote services and kind of get the word out about, all of our different options that we have and things like that. So things are going really well.
Okay.
Yeah, busy time coming up with orientations at UWSD and things like that too, so.
Oh, and from a ridership perspective, we're doing really well. Our Q4 finished maybe 5,000 above our last Q4 ridership. We're seeing the changes we made on Green Route, reversing it. Always kind of a question mark of going, how is that going to affect it? But that's quickly turned into our best performing route. Ridership on the campus is coming back a little slower than the rest of the ridership was, except for on late nights. We're exceeding any late night numbers than we'd ever seen. So we're
something never changed.
yeah.
Be glad they're using the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Okay, that takes us to topic number 6, next meeting date, April 14th, right before taxes are due, 5 p.m., and then we're adjourned. Okay, thanks everybody for calling in.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.